All right, 8:47 on this Wednesday morning. Good news is you're playing fetch next week, after this cold blast, I think we'll be feeling a little bit better. This end of the weekend, not so much for pets or for humans to be outside. This morning, it's been a little foggy, drizzly in spots. There's a look from Tulsa International. Some lowered visibility, but enough to not cause an issue. Bartlesville, you've had some thicker fog hanging in this morning. And once again, we have a freezing fog advisory in effect until 11 o'clock, basically about Okemah, Okmulgee, Muskogee. To the south is where it's been the most problematic this morning and the most widespread. But you just saw that shot even up around Bartlesville. There's some problems with that. And temperatures are upper 20s to around 30 degrees. So that's why there could be some slick spots, bridges and overpasses for the next few hours. So travel very, very carefully with that. Just be aware if you come up on a spot that looks wet, it could be frozen on an elevated surface. This afternoon, we'll get a south breeze, hopefully some sun breaks for the second half of the day. It'd be low 40s north, mid to upper 40s in southeastern Oklahoma. Won't be that warm again for a few days. Here's that look on future. This gives you an idea of kind of the clearing for the second half of the day. Now, I was tracking that precip overnight into tomorrow morning. So even at midnight, the leading edge of that Arctic cold front is already pushing really quickly through Kansas towards the Oklahoma state line. Still anticipating, I'd say, about 4 a.m. is when the front would reach Tulsa tomorrow morning. Could speed up even quicker than that. Right along and actually just behind the front, see this really narrow band of precipitation? That would be more than likely not snow, but freezing drizzle. And that would be a problem because temperatures will drop so fast that any of that precip right behind the front would freeze on contact almost immediately. So that's why we're concerned about kind of that flash freeze early tomorrow morning. Again, by sunrise time frame, we've got teens and single digits north of Tulsa, and then you're just starting to feel the cold front in southeastern Oklahoma. And then those areas of blowing snow develop. The snow won't last too long, though. That's one of the limiting factors here. The chance for slightly heavier totals will be in far northeastern counties up near Miami, north end of Grand Lake, but more so up into southwest Missouri. Notice by afternoon tomorrow, the snow hightails it out of here pretty quickly. So it won't last all that long, and believe it or not, there may actually be a little bit of sunshine breaking out late in the day tomorrow, but temperatures are going to be frigid. So there's a travel advisory. That's that orange shading here from about Tulsa, Osage County to the north and east tomorrow. Once again, amounts of precip not all that high, but there could be enough to cause some slick travel, especially for the morning and early afternoon hours with that flash freeze potential. Again, that many of us could see that briefly early in the morning hours. As far as snowfall amounts, still not expecting big time totals, especially south of Tulsa. It'll be less than an inch, maybe a dusting if that in spots. Tulsa on average, maybe about an inch, but I think even parts of Tulsa will be less than an inch on snowfall amounts. 1 to 2 inches further north in northern Osage, Washington, Craig, Nowata counties. Then the potential for more than 2 inches of snow is going to be higher in southeast Kansas, right up at the far northeast corner of the state. And again, as we've been talking about, this is blowing snow, so a lot of it's going to be kind of blowing off of those flat surfaces and kind of drifting up into the sides in spots. So it's going to be hard to measure even where you do get some measurable snow. The dangerous cold, this is what we want everyone to be aware of. Wind chills 10 to 20 below zero, if not lower, from the second half of Thursday into early Friday. This shows it to you on Future View. Look at those wind chills plummet early in the morning hours, and they stay below zero basically all day Thursday and for much of Friday. That is dangerous to be out in for an extended period of time. So I would not advise a whole lot of travel tomorrow morning if you can avoid it. And then Friday, it is the bitterly, bitterly cold conditions. Winds settle down, thankfully, for Christmas Eve Saturday. Still going to be cold Christmas Eve. Trying to climb back above freezing, though, on Christmas Day.